Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
New information today about an 84-year-old veteran who was shot and killed by a Miami-Dade police officer while threatening to kill himself. Local 10's Terrell Fournay has the latest now on this investigation.
Broken glass and bullet markings pepper the area where 84-year-old Raymond Bishop was shot and killed by police.
He was very quiet, very patient. He was very helpful.
Christian Rodriguez was Bishop's neighbor who saw nothing but kindness in the senior citizen.
The last time I saw him was probably like 3 days ago, walking his dogs in the morning.
And he seemed very normal.
Yeah, very normal.
But police say the U.S. military veteran was armed with a handgun when they arrived at the apartment Monday afternoon, responding to a suicidal call. Cops pleaded with the elderly man to put the weapon down, and at some point, they fired the fatal shots.
It's crazy that something can happen.
Bishop, last summer, one of his 2 dogs apparently bit a woman, but the dogs were never registered through the leasing office, so the complex attempted to force him out. Bishop, who suffered from a mood disorder, according to documents, fought back and got a doctor from the VA to declare his dogs medically necessary. And the dogs were not a problem?
No, never.
But the 84-year-old's lease seen here was set to expire at the end of the month, and as that window closed in, Bishop apparently grew more upset and despondent, while still unwilling to part ways with his 13 and 30-pound service dogs.
He was like one of the most pleasant neighbors that we had here.
And those support animals were taken away by Miami-Dade Animal Services. They were not injured in all of this. Meanwhile, we've learned that 4 officers were involved in that confrontation. 3 of them were rookies. The FDLE is investigating the circumstances surrounding this shooting. We are live in Southwest Miami-Dade. I'm Terrell Fournay, Local 10 News.
Cops shoot and kill 84-year-old veteran facing eviction over his tiny service dogs. By Matt Agarist, February 13, 2018. Homestead, Florida. An elderly Korean War veteran was gunned down by 4 police officers in his home on Monday. Raymond Bishop, 84, died inside his home at the Hidden Grove Apartments after the veteran had become suicidal over an eviction notice he received because of his service dogs. They were throwing him out. He had nowhere to go, said neighbor Jonathan Rodriguez, who often fed Bishop and took him to the Veterans Hospital for medical treatment, according to the Miami Herald. Bishop became despondent after he was slated for eviction for having unauthorized service dogs, a 13-pound pooch named Roxy and a 30-pound one named Ranger. According to the Herald, a psychiatrist at the Miami Veterans Affairs Medical Center said the dogs had a tremendously favorable influence on Bishop. Mr. Bishop's pets, in this case, has provided invaluable emotional therapeutic benefit, Dr. Ernesto Greenier wrote in a letter filed in the court record. Bishop had been fighting the eviction since July of 2017, however, it all came to an end this week as he was taken out by 4 Miami-Dade officers who all opened fire. The news of Bishop's death came as a shock to his attorney, Christopher Brocius, of Legal Services of Greater Miami, who had been fighting for the elderly man to keep his apartment for the last 6 months. He was a really nice guy to talk to, Brocius said. He loved his animals. According to police, they were responding to a call from a resident who said Bishop had become suicidal and was armed. Police claimed to have tried to talk the elderly man down before they opened fire. These officers begged this gentleman to put the weapon down, said Florida Police Benevolent Association President John Rivera. They had no choice. These are situations officers are confronted with daily, and it'll remain with them forever. Apparently, officers had no other means of disarming the elderly man like a beanbag gun or a taser. While Bishop may have certainly pointed the gun in the direction of the officers, no rounds were fired. Also, Americans would be more inclined to believe the account of the officers if not for their horrendously violent track record when dealing with elderly veterans. Last month, TFTP reported that a police officer who shot and killed an innocent 68-year-old mentally ill veteran who accidentally hit the medical emergency button in his home, would face no consequences after acting U.S. Attorney June Kim determined that there was insufficient evidence to press charges. The victim, Kenneth Chamberlain, accidentally triggered a medical alert through LifeAid, which prompted police to visit his home. When the officers arrived unexpectedly, Chamberlain told the responding officers that he was okay and did not need any help. He refused to answer his door, and instead called LifeAid and told them that he did not need the police at his home. "I have the White Plains Police Department banging on my door, and I did not call them and I am not sick," Chamberlain told the dispatcher on the phone. However, the officers refused to leave and initiated a standoff with Chamberlain, allegedly taunting him with racial slurs, according to his family. On the recording, the police can be heard calling my father a nigger, the family stated. After insulting him with racial slurs, police kicked in his door, saw him holding a knife, so they tossed him, shot him with beanbag rounds and then killed him with a fatal gunshot. Another cop, Officer Craig Taylor, was acquitted after he shot a 95-year-old World War II veteran in the head point blank with a beanbag round. But that was only the start. In clear violation of the manufacturer's instructions, he fired 5 consecutive shots into the 95-year-old in a matter of seconds. Last year, TFTP reported on Eugene Craig, an 86-year-old Navy veteran who was gunned down by police as he attempted to shield his wife from armed intruders who'd just broken into his home. The armed intruders were cops. In the meantime, cops who choose not to kill suicidal men as they seek to resolve the situation peacefully are fired. Become a patron.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head, help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.